Hello, folks. I am the old sergeant. I apologize in advance for butchering people's names in this report. On July 25th, 2020, in Louisville, Kentucky, two heavily armed groups with antagonistic ideologies demonstrated. More than 300 members of the Atlanta-based black militia NFAC, or Not Effing Around Coalition, wearing all black and carrying assault rifles, came to Louisville demanding justice for 26-year-old Breonna Taylor, an ER technician who was fatally shot by police in March. NFAC's presence was welcomed by some of the local Black Lives Matter activists. However, some BLM protesters were offended by the intrusion of another group into their territory, saying the NFAC weren't needed. Counter-demonstrating was about 50 heavily armed 3% members. They were just there to make it known they were in support of the Louisville police in case the NFAC turned violent. The 3%er members stated they supported the NFAC's right to peaceably protest and bear arms. Side note here, the 3% state they are not a militia, just a patriot group. As with all patriot groups, all the media reports try to disparage them by calling them far right. Police kept the sides apart. Both militias had said they wanted to avoid violence, and the groups were successful in doing so. The only confrontation among the competing groups appears to occur earlier Saturday when militia members and Black Lives Matter activists yelled at each other over the police barricades. John Grandmaster J. Johnson, founder of the NFAC, delivered an impassioned speech calling for local and state officials to speed up and be more transparent about the investigation into Breonna Taylor's shooting. Johnson also said the NFAC group plans to stay in Louisville and build community policing strategies and improve public safety. Johnson ended his speech stating that the NFAC is giving the investigation 4 weeks from today to tell the truth. The NFAC then marched out of downtown Louisville. Louisville Police Deputy Chief Levita Chavez acknowledged that it had been a tension-filled day. For the most part, we've seen peaceful protests, she said, but she denounced those hiding behind the right to peaceably assemble and using it as a platform to tear up and destroy our city. I am asking people to respect the legal process and the time it takes, to choose peace and not violence, to continue to exercise your rights to protest, but do it lawfully, Chavez said. Early in the afternoon, 3 members of the NFAC were wounded with non-life-threatening injuries when a weapon, probably a shotgun, accidentally discharged. The shooter was also a member of the militia. Louisville Metro's interim chief of police, Robert Schroeder, said, "Today, shortly before 1 p.m., 3 people were struck by gunfire as a result of a discharge of someone's gun who was participating in the NFAC demonstration at Baxter Park. Louisville Division of Fire and Louisville Metro EMS arrived a short time later and transported all 3 victims to the University of Louisville Hospital. This is a tragic situation that could have been much worse," Schroeder said. "I encourage anyone choosing to exercise their Second Amendment rights to do so responsibly. NFAC founder John Johnson told ABC News that members of the militia were inspecting firearms prior to the demonstration when a woman's weapon was accidentally discharged. Johnson referred to the woman as a trainee. Surveillance camera footage of the incident showed dozens of members of the NFAC milling around the park prior to the march when the weapon accidentally discharged and a few people dropped to the ground injured. We were very lucky that this protest went off without escalating hostilities. Fortunately, there were no deaths as a result of the accidental firearm discharge. However, we must remember that this is just one event among many designed to take down the American Republic. I've been informed that the NFAC is a very dangerous organization with malicious intent. I am the old sergeant. Stay informed, prepared, active, prayerful, and as always, stay vigilant.